r/AskReddit. What would your 13-year-old self think of you now? See? You still don't know what you're doing. Adults are really just children with experience. I was a piece of shit suit to be either a billionaire or a dictator ruling the world with an iron fist. And I was definitely going to have a redhead wife. 13-year-old me would find me to be an almost complete failure. Weren't you a piece of shit suit to have your shit suit together by now? Get your poop in a group. You make an awful lot of money to always be broke. Wow. I really will get older. I've had sex. So I imagine he'd be pretty stoked with that. Kif. I've made it with a woman. Inform the men. At 13 I wanted to be either a hitman or a truck driver. My 13-year-old self would think I'm a pussy. Nice. My 13-year-old self would want me to be taken out by a hitman or run over by a truck. But you're still going to enroll in Harvard Law School later, right? Imagine having dreams. Oh shoot, didn't think it'd get this many likes. He would think I had turned into a bad person till I had a chance to sit him down. Then we would both be sad. My 13-year-old self would kick my butt for being a lazy butt and not living my dreams. I probably peaked at 13. He'd ducking hate me. But that's fine. Because one of the perks of being an adult is no longer caring what 13-year-olds think. Well, duck you ruining my GPA. 13-year-old me would be ducking wildly impressed with me. And maybe that's a problem. I wanted to be a rockstar so bad at 13. I've spent the last 20 years honing my skills on the bass guitar, and have actually achieved a modicum of success as a musician in a regionally successful band. Like, not just playing bars. We are on the festival circuit. Some radio play. Pretty successful. Lots of hits on Spotify. But as a 36-year-old, I feel kinda like a joke. I have a career in insurance. But music is just all I want to do. I feel like people judge me for being a 36-year-old in a band. Edit. Thanks for all the piece of shit suitive feedback. Everybody. I went through all of the hundreds of replies and I don't think I saw a single negative comment. You're all too kind. I'm kind of kicking myself for not using a throwaway for this comment. I didn't expect it to get this much of a response. Unfortunately, if I share the band name, I'll basically dox myself. As someone pointed out below, I mean, my real name is right on the front page of our website and on FB and Inc. One of the things I love about Reddit is the anonymity. I promise. Next piece of shit or comment I make about the band, I'll use a throwaway, so you can hear the music and I can get the free plug, haha. People judge everyone for everything. Good on you for following your passion. And amazing success with it. Wow. If you die in 3 years, you'll be almost exactly like dad. That took a bit of a dark turn. Disappointed and angry. I came out okay. But 13-year me had much higher expectations. The fact that I smoke weed would piss off 13-year me. Also that I'm not a professional hockey player. But come on. I think he'd be slightly disheartened. But not entirely disappointed. I've come a long way in some regards. And in others, I fall short of what I used to be. Disappointed. 13-year-old me wanted to marry this one girl since he was 10 years old. That girl is now my fiancée. Honestly, I'm not too worried about what that cynical little brat would think of me. I'm pretty sure she survived solely on hatred and apple juice. So her ability to hold a piece of shit suitive opinion on anything is questionable. Disappointed that I'm not a fighter pilot. I tried real hard. But you couldn't get into military flight school unless you had perfect vision. I was barely over the line. Yeah. All I wanted to do growing up was fire tents. Imagine my sad when I found out they don't let guys with glasses fly anything cool. My dumb bud spent years learning about the aircraft, the theory of flight, etc., but I never bothered to look at the requirements. To actually be a pilot, I honestly think that may have been the saddest I've ever been. Before or since. Holy shit, Suen, did you get breasts? That would sting a bit from my 13-year self. I'm a dude though. Dang. You have friends now. I'm impressed. That level of burnt out / self-loathing happened faster than we expected. But it makes sense, at least I still have time and a chance to start over. Starting next month edit. To all the Facebook warriors telling me to start now. Yeah. I get the sentiment. I'm moving next month. I started making changes to get there last year. Nobody wants your Tumblr bullshit. 13-year me. You aren't depressed anymore? Me. I never said that. I'm just not suicidal anymore. I do, however, want to be hit by a truck. I guess she would be proud that I'm on my way of beating my eating disorder and to finally love myself after I started to hate myself since 5th grade. Wow, I really let myself go, didn't I? You're bald and overweight. How did you get such a hot wife? My answer. Charm, you little duck. I think he'd be okay with who I am. He might not fully understand, but it wouldn't be negative either. Damn, I was having a perfectly fine day with my mediocre self until you reminded me of how much of a disappointment I'd be to my former self. My 13-year-old self would be so freaking stoked at where I'm in life. I have a degree in what I always wanted. I work for the Smithsonian. And I'm dating a tattooed bearded drummer. She would be proud of me for sure. I'd probably think I'm actually pretty cool. If 13-year-old me was told this is how I'll turn out, I'd be so confused for a second and not believe it. But then it'd change my whole teenage experience once I realize that things do get better when you learn to love yourself. Probably a bit sad. Used to be so full of everything but was humbled down along the way. My dreams are now smaller, but more in reach. I'm at my happiest at the moment. 18 now. I'd be pretty happy. I'd be surprised at a couple of the friends I had to let go. Some of the new ones. But happy with my security. I think he'd be pretty okay with it. I'm not where I thought I'd be, but I've got a decent job which could become a good career. I've been involved with sports to a very high level. Further than I thought I'd ever get. Have an amazing fiance. And still sometimes get to play video games. If that's not enough for 13-year-old me, well, he can only blame himself. I'm 25 now for reference. Wow, you gotten fat. Really, cause I was a stick growing up. And or this is not the life I envisioned for you, which I would respond back with, I'm going through a lot of adversities right now, but I'm staying strong, and I'm blessed having my 2 kids. So we are doing just fine. She would be heartbroken that we are not married to Jordan Knight, NKOTB, and super confused about my love of craft beer. When I was 13, 20 years ago, all I wanted to do was to play video games, sleep with pretty short-haired girls, and have a car. Check, check, and check. I think he will lose his shit soon. Wow, you've got everything I want plus 50 pounds. He'd probably wonder where the duck our legs are. Sorry, kiddo, you're going to spend a lot less on socks when you grow up. My 13-year-old self would be impressed. The depressed 13-year-old me would be proud of the way I went out of my comfort zone and did the things old me was afraid to do. I talked to that girl. I got that starting football spot. I did what I wanted to do. I'd be proud of me. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and consider subscribing for more daily AskReddit content.